Oh man. So yeah, and I'll just get this off real quick with my chest. McRib's back again. When they said they're no longer going to release it, and of course it gets to my fucking wallet. It was $12 for a meal. I mean, that's pretty expensive, but it's nothing like backbreaking or anything like that. However, I feel like crap. Not like sick, but like bloated and disgusted, and I have all this fucking barbecue sauce around my fucking mouth. Like it's all it tastes. I'm being a little bit of a hater too. You know those like meatloafs that you get, those frozen meatloafs that you find at the dollar store? That's the McRib. The McRib is pretty much like one small step above those damn things. And the only saving grace that it has for that sandwich is the onion and the bread. The pickle's okay, but onion is fresh, you know. Bread is great, soft. But that meat and barbecue sauce, like I can't get over it. You know, like I could have just fucking cooked up a TV dinner and buy some bread and onion myself and just did that over and over again. But like I said, it's not that expensive, so I mean, I think the sandwich alone was like what, $5? But anyway, uh, I give it a 2.5 out of 5. But I only ate the damn thing because shout out to Tiny Tim. God bless his soul. God bless that man. So one of the many people that influenced me to do any of this. That was interesting. Now that I got that off my chest. So the place that I was $1,500 a month. I'm telling that now. I was kind of discreet about it. I was like, yeah, it's kind of expensive, but I mean, like, surely it's going to hold up for a month. It did not. It did not. Someone already had the money beat me to it, and then forked out a $1,500 and then another $1,500 for the security deposit. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're moving in," and fucking, I'm over here just like, I got the wrong idea. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get the money first and have it and be ready to move in that day. Not go to places and say, "Hey, so this is my plan, and this is when I want to move in by." So wrong interpretation. Um, the people who had that place really liked me, and they reached out to me first. But I didn't have the money at the time, and they gave me a fair warning. They're like, "Well, if someone else buys it, then I can't help you. But if you have at least the security deposit by mid-December, then I can hold on to it for you," which was fair, And money talks, especially during the holidays. So that wrapped that. Then I went to yesterday another place. It was a master suite, so it's a bedroom with its own bathroom, bathtub, toilet. Perfect for someone like me who's going to sit there on the internet, eat some junk food, drink his beer, stuff like that. The room was fine. The people that lived there gave off this like weird vibe. The first red flag for me, this is me personally, is that they had everybody take off their shoes outside of the house. Usually when people have them take off shoes, it's because it's a courteous thing. But usually people take off their shoes like at the doorstep. Keep the carpet clean. I remember my first apartment, I did that, so I understand it. But the walkway was all tile, Up until you got into the room, then yeah, it was carpet, but the walkway was tile. Like, what are my boots going to do to tile? You know, surely I'm not going to damage anything. So it's strange. It just gave off this weird vibe when I was talking with her about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I probably at the absolute earliest, they could probably move in mid-December. And then she kind of just like looked at me like, well, if you have the money mid-December, then come back to me. Otherwise, I'll just sell to whoever. I'm like, well, that's fucked. See, I'm trying to plan ahead. But the more I do it and the more I talk to people, the more I understand that they just cannot hold on to things like that. You know, they need to see the money. That's what talks. My mouth can say whatever it wants, but if I don't have the cash, then who's to say, you know? So I understand it. It just bites. But I'll keep looking. It just needs to be the right fit. And I've talked to my friends about it. They're looking for me, you know. Um, Because their friends kind of know my personality, and they know that you know a lot of people would like to be around me. Like, sure, I drink too much, but other than that, I'm a decent human being. I'm a good human being. So that's one long flaw is that I drink. So, um, and some people won't even call that a flaw, but it is still a lot, and I gotta respect it. There's one other thing that I watched a video about this last night. Uh, I forgot what the channel was called, but it's this guy who just does like more than just like drinks. He does like a handful of other shit too that you probably shouldn't be doing. But um, he released a video, like a 5 minute video, so he didn't really put much thought to it. He probably just released the video because the people who watch his shit were actually wondering. And he gave his thoughts upon sobriety. Granted you, this guy's like around 44, 45, something like that. And you know, and what he did, how he explained it, was that it's between the ages of 25 and 35. This guy would, you know, go to programs and stuff like that, and always had like a serious issue with like staying clean. And okay, man, like fucking, it was my turn, guys. Thank you, people. Anyway, so he goes on about talking about this, and he always had like so much stress being sober. I don't personally feel that. Like, I'm okay with it. It's just irritating. That's all. You know, I can go I can go a decent amount without it. And you know, my friend has seen it. Has seen it. He was like, you know, just because you stop for a month and a half doesn't mean you're not an alcoholic. And I'm like, I know I'm an alcoholic. First off, I just embraced it. You know, and as you get older, you start to understand, like, oh wow, you know, drinking like this kind of hurts, and that's when you slow down. You know what I mean? That's when you really start to pace yourself because, like, it's not just about the alcohol. It's part of it. It's part of letting loose for me to relax. Like that's the reason why I get the hotel rooms. It's because I just want to get the fuck away from you. Uh, Usually, it doesn't end up being like a great idea, but last time it was fine. But um, I can tell you right now, yeah, during my mid-20s, maybe even late 20s, I would drink way too much. And nowadays, if I do just the same, and I've tested this, now I'm starting to feel sick. Getting hangovers, stuff like that. That's when the body starts to realize that, hey, you can't do this that as often anymore because it sucks. And thank God, in my mind, I'm just like, you know what? You're right. I gotta take breaks. So um, I went from taking like 2-week breaks, and now I take like a month break, sometimes two. It's just the thing is that once I hop back on the bandwagon, I realize that I miss it. You know? And then because I'm fat, I overindulge in beers and stuff like that. Now, I mean, really overindulge. When I got the wait, God. When I got the room, I bought a 12 pack and a small little thing, one of those big 75 milliliters of whiskey. I probably had like 5 of the beers and then a little bit of the whiskey, and then I just like, I woke up the next day feeling like crap. Looked at him like, why didn't I just go with the beer? You know, irritated at myself. But I slept, and then I woke up around like 6 in the morning, and I was like, oh well, I have 5 more hours. I could just do whatever. So it wasn't all too bad, I would presume. So, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at too. It's just I don't like to get as twisted as I used to, just because the hangover is no longer worth it. I think as of right now, uh, today's Wednesday, so I did it 2 weeks ago. I think as of now I'm like 2 weeks sober, and like I don't feel the need for a beer or anything like that. I don't feel like, oh man, shit sucks. No, I don't. It's more of a, I want to have the ability to do so, and in order for me to myself, in order for me to do that, I need to buckle down and stop for a while. Which means during the holidays, I just say I can't do it. I can't drink because I need to save the money. And when I drink, money's no longer an item to me. Now it's everything. Yeah, as far as like last time goes, it was not. It was like, do I have enough money to afford the room for another day? I really thought about that. And if I did that, I would have been broke. And I wouldn't be able to get home. But I still thought about it. But that's kind of the danger of it for me. But if I have my own place and I start doing that, I don't have to think about that stuff. I just wake up and I'm like, oh, I have to be at work at around, I don't know, 4 p.m. And right now it's like 9. I can just gonna make myself a big breakfast, get some sleep in, just rest my head, get some water in, and then I'll be good to go. But yeah, now it's just, for now, it's just not like that. So, um, so no, it's definitely not worth going into it. And thank God, like I said, I have the wherewithal of that, because people don't. It's to the point where it's kind of sickening. You watch people make mistakes, get a little obnoxious. I do as well. So trust me, I'm not alone on that. And I know him pretty much. And yeah, so that's from when he was. I was going back to the story when he was proclaiming God. It's just like staying sober for him was so much more stressful than it was balancing out the repercussions of if he decided to get crossfaded. So, as an example, but what he was also saying is what I was saying earlier is that you have to know how to pace yourself. You know, if you're gonna party, you better make sure you have absolutely nothing to do the next day. Like you better make sure like everything's done. You know what I mean? Make sure all your shit's done, your bills are paid off on time, and make sure that you just plan to either sleep, cover, or do something like that. Because if you drink like that, or the next day, like he was describing how he used to, oh my god, no, hell no. Especially for me, because I work in a fast-paced environment, not fast food, thank God, but it's a pretty fast-paced environment. So I would falter and I would lose my job because I want to be able to perform. So I know that in the back of my head. That as long as I have a job that keeps me busy and there's not that many mistakes being made in the kitchen, then it balances out my alcohol intake. Because even for tomorrow, like I told everybody I'm not drinking alcohol right now. So it's just the way it goes. I'll smoke a little, but I rarely even do that. So I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna focus on getting to work. I have about another half hour of walking. Gonna walk off this fucking McRib, so I feel like crap. And yeah, you guys take care of yourselves. Happy holidays, though. It's been good. Take care.